Why hello there, fellow crewmates. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Surviving Ceres. Episode 3, Readying the Base for Crew. We right now have 29 million funds. Sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. 29 million funds to work with. But once we run our first export back to Earth, that should jump up a lot. Because each of the Tier 2 exports is worth 50 million. So 5 bronze bars is worth 50 million, in other words. We are getting fast. All right, checking up on everything. 6 seconds. Ah, perfect. So 68 bronze bars, and that will be the funds for export. There we go. We got 10 fuel, so that's enough for even another rocket run, which is great. Potatoes are almost already grown again, which is ridiculously fast. So, other things that we have not covered. We don't have a ramp or a landing pad. A landing pad allows you to call in rockets to your location, which is really handy. So let's get a landing pad. That's 5 iron, 5 copper. The problem with that, at least for right now, is all of my iron is becoming bronze, so we'll need to wait until this manufactory is done, or this refinery is done. I could always build another refinery, though. But we're about to launch our first rocket because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So after making 4 more Tier 2 exports, we can send that rocket because it will be effectively full. Now, there is travel time to bring things back to Earth, but it doesn't take too long. It's like a few minutes. Convenient. All right, let's go launch our first rocket. So we just load the stuff up here, like this. It's launchable, it's full of fuel and cargo. Hit launch, and as soon as we vacate the area, it goes up, and away. Bye-bye, rocket. And I got some funding just for the fact that we launched it. Alright, let's get landing pads now. And for that, I know we need iron bars for the pads themselves. And then all of this bronze can become export goods for more funding if we'd like. So now I have a full stack of export goods for the next rocket too. Because you only really need 9. And we have enough fuel for 2 rockets now. Excellent. All right. The next thing we're going to need is an advanced constructor. So head over to the R&D. Go to blueprint unlocks for the basic manufacturer. Oh no, it's not the basic manufacturing. The machine blueprints unlocks for the base constructor. Where is the advanced constructor? Oh, in the machine. So the advanced base constructor costs 100 million to unlock, and that's what we're aiming for. 100 million to be able to get the advanced constructor, which gives you access to be able to make the barracks, mess hall, and rec room for colonists, so that you can start bringing other people to your Ceres base so that you don't have to do this mission alone, which would actually be impossible, as you will see eventually. I just need 4 more seeds, and that will be fully sown. So, the landing pad. I want to get 2 landing pads, because you can have up to 2 rockets to land. And I'm planning on putting 1 landing pad here and 1 landing pad on the other side once that farm moves. So this might actually be the last time I run this farm in its current location, because I'm going to want to like physically move where it is later. There we go. There's our potatoes. So removing the door and putting the pad down. So the pad is where a rocket's going to land, and I'm going to arbitrarily call this the east pad. And then I'm going to go over to my mission control, which is upstairs, and request a rocket return here. A cargo rocket lands on the east pad. And you can see that rocket number 1 is traveling to Earth with their exported goods, and rocket number 2 is traveling here to be landing on that pad. Wow, refinery. Huh. That took a little while. That's what I called it the last one, yeah. And then manufactory. Got it. There. So now they're labeled from either side. Okay. Just thinking about other things to work on. I think the research for heads-up displays is worth it. And we do have a bit of money, so let's go to the manufacturer unlocks. Oh, it's not there. The where is it? It is the machine blueprints for the tool and power. So power display, drone display, terraforming, rockets, colonists, and mission, and dolomite pick. Because I got a whole bunch of funding from the export rocket that we sent up. That's where all that money came from. Other things. This upgrade cuts the rocket fuel resource costs in half. Sure. I wouldn't mind speed boots, anti-grav backpack, rebreather, and endurance legs to be able to, you know, get better. And then in the... I have the money for the advanced base constructor. And then the last one I think is going to be important is the tool building. The parts constructor. I don't know what parts I'm going to need initially off the top of my head, but I'm going to save the rest of my money for parts. Because I know I'm going to need parts. So, we just unlocked a whole bunch of stuff. We have a rocket coming down now. But let's go ahead and set up those signs that I just paid for. So I need a whole bunch of copper ore for that, which is easy enough. And you'll understand the benefit of this in just a minute. Hey! Sasha, thank you for the sub. Welcome. Welcome to Ceres. So, power display. Drone display. I'm not going to need drone display for a while, but I'll print one up anyway. Rocket display. And these allow you to control those things. So, like the power display, for instance, I'll put my displays in this hallway. So now I can see I produce 245 megawatts. I'm consuming 65, and I don't have to go upstairs for that. Let's next get the mission display. And we'll do Colonists. So now I can see my missions. So like milestone would be calling for a supply rocket, which is coming, equip a suit upgrade, passenger rocket, so on and so forth. And it's all controllable from here, which is really convenient. All right, let's do rocket management as well. So here's our colony management. So I don't have any colonists, so I don't manage them yet. Rocketry management. So I can see the cargo rockets come in 1 second. And here it comes. It's not very sexy looking. It's like Kerbal 1.0. But there it is. Milestone done. With that done, let's go ahead and export more stuff back to Earth for monies while we're like staring here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and fuel, which is over yonder. Done. Ah, drop the door. There we go. I can move again. Ta-da! And that's how you make oodles and oodles and oodles of money. All right, let's see. Now that we've done that, terraforming, is this the last monitor, I think? 5 monitors, does that sound right? Oh no, there's 6. Drone. I don't have any drones yet, but like eventually we'll have some. Alright, now that we've sent up that export rocket, let's call in another rocket down. So we'll call in another rocket for export coming in to the east pad now that the east pad's free. Before I bother with the advanced base constructor, I think what I want to do is get myself some like gear so that I'm stronger, faster, better. The $6 million man. So Speed boots is 20 iron bars. An anti-gravity backpack is a bronze frame and 5 screws, which I'll pin so that I can see. The rebreather is 2 springs and a bronze rod. And then the endurance legs are 5 copper sheets and 5 iron rods. And the reason why I pin this stuff is I'll go to the parts constructor. And in my parts constructor, I don't have bronze frames. I don't have springs. I do have bronze rods. I do have screws. I do have copper sheets and iron rods. So it gives me a list of basically the blueprints I need to research. So if I go to the machine for the parts constructor, I know I'm going to need a bronze frame. So I need springs, bronze frame, and then the bronze frame, I believe, is an iron and copper frame combined. So I'll unlock those as well. So now let's make sure that I can make all the parts for my gear. Bronze frame is screws and bronze rod. And then, so I was wrong about that, but I got the upgrade anyway. Okay, so the simplest one would be the shoes. And somehow slapping 20 ingots to your feet makes you faster. So, that one's straightforward. Let's get that now. Alright, the next one is the bronze frame and 5 screws. So that will be my next one I manufacture for being able to carry weight. But now I'm even faster. So the anti-grav backpack is a bronze frame. And a bronze frame is a bronze rod and 2 screws. Screws is a iron bar and an iron plate. So I think it would be wise to grab some of the base ingots here. And I'm going to plop them down in my ingot storage so that I can run and grab even more stuff to start smelting again. Because we're going to need a lot of like iron and copper and bronze to get better gear. But yeah, I'm moving at 950 speed, so I ain't slow. And knowing that I'm eventually going to have colonists come in, let's also grab a lot of ice to be able to turn into water for their hydration. Maybe at some future date we'll aim to have like coffee, but initially water should be sufficient. Hey, Miss Tadera, thank you for the sub as well. Welcome to the stream. I love having absolute zoomies. It's delicious. Okay, so first part we're gonna make is a whole bunch of iron plates because they're required to make the iron screw or the screws. And then I'm gonna get more iron bars. And putting the base metals into the parts constructor. I mean, the parts constructor eventually can fill up, but like that's not necessarily a bad idea. There we go. Export funding 450K or mil, whatever numbers. I totally know how numbers work. Yep. Wait, how many seeds do I have? Yeah, I have plenty of seeds. Alright, we have like 100 potatoes now. And this will be maybe my last batch of like potatoes grown in this farm, because I'm going to want to move this farm eventually. economy in this universe is weird. I mean, it works to our advantage, right? I'll take it. Okay, so we need 5 screws, so let's make all 5. And then a bronze frame, which is 2 more screws, and a bronze rod, which is 1 bronze bar. And that will be the anti-gravity backpack, which is going to allow us to carry a whole lot more weight. Additionally, we have another rocket landing here, but I don't have enough stuff to export yet. So, plus we have a lot of money. We have 500 million, so it's not like we really need to be exporting at the moment. And this is the required materials for the anti-grav backpack. Next up, so let's clear that, is the rebreather for more oxygen supply. So that's a bronze rod and 2 springs. A spring is 2 copper sheets. So we need 4 copper sheets and then a bronze rod. And we pretty much already have the materials for that. And now we can hold up to 205 weight, up from 105. A nice improvement, for sure. Refinery is this way. And we'll make water over here. Cheers. Now I can empty out like 2 full mini factories without, you know, being encumbered, which is awesome. Alright, springs. And then 1 bronze rod, and that's the rebreather. That's pretty easy. And the last one is 5 copper sheets, 5 iron rods. So an iron rod is 5 bars. And then 5 copper sheets. Yeah, no problem. So rebreather allows us to have more oxygen supply so that we don't have to breathe as often, allowing us to explore for longer. Oh, right. The drone display. I forgot to put that up. Not that we have drones, but eventually. And the last piece of this is the endurance legs for more stamina. Clear and clear. Y'all bright? Burn my eyes. I'm not going to bother with the chest yet, because the chest is like radiation protection or armor, and I'm not getting attacked by anything, so I don't need armor yet. I had mentioned this was my last potato harvest, so let's go ahead and remove this farm entirely. These are all going to become seeds. Move the door. So it doesn't let you break anything down unless you've, like, deleted everything that's corresponding to it. There we go. That's gone. And we'll be putting that back like eventually, but like in a different configuration, so don't worry about it. I might even recycle it, but I don't really need to think about that at the moment. Okay, now the next big one... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. The next big one to do is to work on habitation. So that's the next big goal. So for that, we are going to need a... Well, all right, there was one other thing I wanted to do first. So in order to mirror this side, this was a four-way. Let me get another four-way. And there we go. I think that's the last point I'm going to put in speed, so that my speed is over 1,000. Just to say that I have a speed over 1,000. It's completely just a pointless flex. Seems like one of those games is just, 5 more minutes? Yes. I mean, yes. It's, for as low res as it is, and as simple as it initially seems, it's a lot of fun. Prepping for the stream, it was definitely one of those situations where it was like, oh, just one more turn. I said 1,000 times. Alright, now I'm turning that bronze into bronze export. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to move my fuel production... you know, the fuel room's like a different dimension than... Well, alright. Well, I want to get a 4-way corridor on this half that leads to a landing pad. That much I know, so let's just go ahead and do that. Four-way corridor and landing pad. And now this will be the west landing pad. So we have 2 landing pads, and I might as well call in the other rocket. Actually, that's not necessarily true. The next rocket we might actually have filled with people, a passenger rocket instead of a cargo rocket, so I'm not going to do that just yet. And now we have space for 2 more facilities to build on the other side. So maybe we'll do advanced manufacturing and advanced refining on the other side. Something like that. But I don't have to worry about that right now. Carmerin, thank you for the sub. And yep, you will get one more term out of me. That much I can promise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is upgrades to allow for more cargo storage for the rockets, but I'm not worried about getting that upgrade just yet. Because we are making fine money. Okay. So now that that's being exported, let's go ahead and get the advanced constructor. So that's 20 blocks of ice and 10 iron plates. So we need 7 more plates here. And then blocks of ice, I'm sure we'll have to make. So we'll go grab the ice. And the goal is to make the base livable for colonists. That's what we're working towards. Now, while we work on this, I may want to change the layout of some of the facilities on the second floor, because I threw them down ad hoc. And I don't necessarily want where they're laid out. So let's look at that again. So we've got mission control, research, a hab, and then an empty with power. I think what I want to do I'm going to get rid of this oxygen unit and put it over here. So, like, the entryway to our base is oxygenated? Because I didn't really need doors there. And then... ultimately, I would really want... well... I really want to make use of glass hallways, but I don't get access to that until later on. So... I think I'll wait on that. I'm not really sure. After I was my most watched YouTuber of 2025, you think you need to get Twitch up there too? It's entirely up to you. I appreciate it all the same. I'm here either way. I'll put it that way. Alright, so we had the iron plates and the blocks of ice. Stick that in the machine constructor, and that makes the advanced base constructor. Oh, I got too many iron plates, because I totally know math. Now, the long and short of it is, the basic constructors that you can make, like the basic refineries and the basic manufactories and all that, that's stuff that, doesn't require crew, like other crewmen to work on. And then if you want the advanced stuff, which is like the advanced farm, the advanced refinery, the advanced manufactory, that has to be crewed up by NPCs. So, let's get a mess hall, barracks, and rec room now. So a mess hall is bronze and iron rods. 5 iron rods. Actually, let's pin it. That will help. And 10 bronze bars. And now at this point, I am going to put points into food and water, so I don't have to eat and drink as often. Because, you know, that gets tiresome. So far, the bugs have paid us no mind, but it's not going to stay that way forever. Alright, so there's the bronze bars, the iron rods, and this is the mess hall. And the mess hall is where your NPCs go to eat. And interestingly, I might want the mess hall downstairs, because it's a thing we interact with. But it won't necessarily snap here. I'm gonna... I could put it, like, beyond fuel. I can't put it that way because of the manufacturer, I don't think. Yeah. So you can see it overlaps there. What is... Oh, that's upstairs. I'm looking... Okay, I see. Can building stack? Yeah, I could put it upstairs. I just don't want to. Because it's a building that I have to interact with frequently enough that I don't want it upstairs. One thing I could do... Would it fit here? If no. I could put a hallway and put it there. I'm just trying to think, like, big picture here. I could put it upstairs. It's not the end of the world if I put it up here. Yeah, maybe I'll just keep it upstairs. Alright, I'm gonna delete mission control. Briefly. because I'm going to be moving mission control just a little bit. So we have the food and water, research, power distribution. So maybe what I'll do is move research and mission control to somewhere else. This will all make sense once it's done, grouping alike things together. I'm going to do mission control here and research there. So we have power, research, mission control, and then I've got open slots. So let's continue the production for the barracks, which is copper frames and copper bars, and then the rec room, which is bronze bars and iron plates. So bronze bars and iron plates we already have for the rec room. And then the barracks is copper bars 20 and copper frames 3. A copper frame is... So we'll need 6 copper sheets. And then 3 iron plates. Putting that fancy 1,000 speed to use. Oh, you better believe it. And then we'll need the 20 copper bars for it as well. Embracing full zoomies. The other thing we're going to want to do is to stock the mess hall with food and water. So I'm going to move 40 of each of food and water into the mess hall. And this is why I wanted the mess hall on the bottom floor, but it's not a huge problem to put it on the top floor. Because you need to supply food and water for the colonists. You know, or else you've got some problems. And then each barrack sleeps 8. I don't know off the top of my head if there's a limit to how many people can eat or recreate in the buildings, but I know that the barracks has a max of 8. So now we have the barracks and the mess hall. So this is our food. And beyond food, I was thinking of putting the rec room. The other thing is there's other snap points I could build out that way for if I had long hallways. Or the barracks. So I think what I'm going to do is put the rec room this way and then make hallways here for the barracks. Because I already have a straight connector. Hopefully one straight connector is going to be enough. And it is. So now we have a barracks, a mess hall, and yes, this is the rec room. Don't ask. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to Surviving Ceres, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Radamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Radamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow pilgrims.